Charlie Munger had a way of making wealth sound simple, not easy, but simple. Whenever people asked him for the secret to getting rich, he never talked about picking the next big stock or timing the market. Instead, he repeated the same idea over and over again. Your job isn't to be brilliant. It's to avoid the big mistakes. Munger believed that most people lose money not because they're unlucky, but because they take unnecessary risks, chase quick wins, or jump into things they don't fully understand. His approach was the opposite. He built wealth by protecting what he had, making a few smart decisions, and letting time do the heavy lifting. He liked to say that wealth grows quietly, in the background, while you're busy living your life. You don't need constant action. You don't need a new strategy every week. What you really need is patience. Find something you understand, invest in it wisely, and give it the space to compound. Munger's philosophy boils down to 3 words: protect, focus, wait. Protect your capital. Focus on a few great opportunities. And wait long enough for compounding to change your life. It's simple, and that's exactly why it works. So let's break down the core of Charlie Munger's wealth hack, the mindset that kept him wealthy for nearly a century. Munger believed that the real advantage in life comes from staying within your circle of competence. That simply means understanding what you know, being honest about what you don't, and refusing to gamble outside of that zone. Most financial disasters happen when people pretend to know more than they actually do. Munger once said, "If you play games where other people have the advantage, you're going to lose." And that's exactly why he focused on areas where he had a clear edge. When you operate inside your circle of competence, you make fewer emotional decisions, you avoid rushed mistakes, and you see risks more clearly. The second part of the hack is avoiding permanent loss. Munger didn't fear short-term dips or market noise. What he feared were decisions that could permanently destroy capital. That's why he favored simple, durable businesses over complicated, flashy ones. And finally, he emphasized concentration over clutter. Instead of spreading money everywhere, he put meaningful amounts into the ideas he trusted most. Together, these principles formed a strategy built for lifelong wealth, not quick wins. If there's one trait Charlie Munger mastered better than almost anyone in the financial world, it's patience. Not the passive kind where you simply wait, but the active kind where you hold your ground even when the world is shouting at you to move. Munger believed that most investors sabotage themselves by reacting too quickly. They buy because others are excited, they sell because others are scared, and they never stay invested long enough to see the real power of compounding. Munger compared wealth building to growing a tree. You don't dig it up every week to check the roots. You plant it, water it, protect it, and then you let nature do its job. That's how he treated great investments. Once he found a company with strong fundamentals, trustworthy management, and long-term potential, he held it for years, sometimes decades. Patience isn't glamorous. It doesn't feel exciting. But Munger believed it's where the money is actually made. Compounding needs time, and most people fail simply because they don't give their investments enough of it. By staying calm, ignoring market noise, and trusting the process, Munger allowed small decisions to grow into massive results over the long run. Charlie Munger's 10-rule wealth checklist. 1. Stay in your circle of competence. Only invest in things you truly understand. If you can't explain it simply, you don't know it. 2. Avoid permanent loss. Protect your capital first. A single big mistake can erase years of progress. 3. Be patient, painfully patient. Great investments need time. Compounding works slowly, then suddenly. 4. Focus on a few big opportunities. Don't scatter your attention. Concentrate on what you have an edge in. 5. Think long-term, not short-term. Ignore market noise, trends, and hype. Wealth comes from decades, not days. 6. Demand a margin of safety. Only invest when the downside is limited and the upside is clear. 7. Avoid debt when possible. Debt forces you into decisions you wouldn't normally make. 8. Keep emotions out of decisions. Fear, greed, and impatience destroy more wealth than bad markets do. 9. Read constantly. Munger believed reading made you constantly better prepared for the next opportunity. 10. Don't rush anything. When you don't know what to do, do nothing. Inaction is often the smartest action.